Hi YouTube, it's been a while since I have recorded anything, but it's me, Mental Wellness Cindy, and I wanted to come on today and talk about something that I think it's very important to know how to deal with, especially when you're dealing with people, particularly inadequate people, that are constantly trying to put you down, trying to fight with you, and trying to share false information about you online. I've had a personal experience of this over the weekend when I discovered that some absolutely false information was being shared about me. And how I like to deal with things is I like to, obviously, if you're going to get annoyed, get angry, then do that to start with. But get to a place at the end of it where you dust yourself off and other people's stuff does not affect you and what you're trying to do in your life, and sort of kind of realizing where you start and where you end and where the rubbish starts and where the rubbish ends, because it's all about keeping yourself well, mentally, physically, emotionally, and in every other way. So I had this situation where a podcast, apparently in memory of somebody who died a few years ago, was released. And in this podcast, there were so many mistruths. There were so many lies that were told, firstly, about the whole situation. But, it's people do these things for different reasons. But there were then personal things about me that were lied about in this, because I guess the person is trying, they've always sort of tried to get everybody to see them as being this amazing rescuer of people, and better than everybody else, when in fact they're not. They're completely inadequate as a human being, and sometimes that's okay. Like, you don't have to be perfect in every way. You can be inadequate, but if you're inadequate and doing your best, then I think people will forgive that over somebody who is inadequate, always lies, always steals things from people, especially things that are very personal and precious to them. Always tries to undermine other people and what they're trying to do. Always tries to get people to live their lives in confusion. And it's just really sad, but that's just how other people are. I absolutely sort of recognize this behavior to be narcissistic behavior, and because that is what it is. That is how a narcissist behaves. But anyway, the way I work and the way I deal with things is obviously to kind of go, okay, all right, so they've done that. So what do I need to do about it? So it got me thinking. And last night, as I always do, I put a few things down, which, so I'm going to talk through some of the strategies that I would suggest for dealing with people like that, because it is an absolute waste of your time to continue to fight with people like that. And I'll tell you why. For me, I've got my notes, that's where I'm looking down. For me, it's a bit like wrestling with a pig, right? So right now, you've either started thinking about wrestling with the pig, or you're already in the mud with the pig. So what do you do to get yourself away from the pig and out of the mud, right? And so, because there's the popular adage which warns, don't wrestle with pigs. You both get filthy, but the pig likes it. I mean, this absolutely resonated with me when I thought about sort of my closure of all of this and how to deal with it. Because the thing with it is, if you're wrestling with a pig in mud, pigs love to be in mud. And that's, you know, not even being awful. They just love playing in mud because it's a fun thing for them to do. And if, you know, most humans don't like playing in mud. If you're then going to get into that muddy pit with the pig and you're going to start wrestling with the pig, you're going to end up covered in mud, right? You're going to end up all dirty, and you're going to end up with people going, and how are you different to that person who's done that? Because you now both look the same. You've both gone down the same road. There's no difference between you and the pigs. So that is absolutely something to remember. If you don't want to be called a pig, then don't wrestle with the pig in mud. So what can you do instead? Okay, what you can do is don't go anywhere near the pigsty. If it looks like a pig, smells like a pig, acts like a pig, it is a pig. So don't go near it. If there's a situation that somebody's trying to draw you into that will affect you, that will affect other people that you love near you, and you can see it because, you know, depending on your age, maybe you haven't had enough life experiences for you to be able to spot and see these things in people. I mean, I am now 40. And so I can now recognize it for a distance. I can recognize when somebody's baiting me and they're trying to get me to come in and get me as filthy as they are, right? So number 2, and this one is for those who ignored number 1, which is if it looks like a pig, smells like a pig, and acts like a pig, leave it alone, right? So for those who've ignored it and they've gone near it, wear old clothing. Don't come to the first meeting in your new suit. In other words, don't reveal everything you know. Let them think you're a pig too, right? So be strategic in your approach. Don't just go in and start wrestling without, you know, being clear what it is you're wrestling for. And then number 3, wash yourself off frequently. After each encounter, review your purpose and your goals and decide if another meeting is going to accomplish anything. So you're in the mud, you're wrestling, because it's very easy to get distracted from your life goals, to get distracted from the things that you're trying to achieve by these people. So what you need to be clear at all times, what's my purpose, what's my goal? I mean, I'm very clear about my purpose and I'm very clear about my goals. And I do not and will not let other people distract me from my goals. And so and I constantly, on a daily basis, I do this because I live a life of gratitude where I am grateful for the things I have. And I'm also grateful for the things that have gone wrong in my life, because you know what? You get stronger and you learn from those mistakes. Don't view mistakes as things to be ashamed of. View mistakes as things to learn from and help you progress in your life, because some of the worst mistakes I have made in my life have turned out to be the best lessons in terms of helping me to grow and develop and be the person that I am today. So I absolutely love them, including, right, being involved with these inadequate people that are slanderous and say awful things about me, because it has absolutely taught me to be super strong, to, you know, when people say bad things about me, it just washes off me now. I'm just like, okay, have you got something better? Like, what else? Bring it. I can take it. Like, what's the worst that can happen from your words? Because people have words, people have lies. This is just how life is, especially narcissistic people, because you're a source of, you're a narcissistic source of energy. You're fueling their need to fight, and they need to see you being sad, and the need to see you being in all of these states. And so I say, look at those experiences, but always be clear about your goals. Always be clear about what you want to achieve. And then the fourth one is know when the stink won't wash off. Recognize when it is time to walk away. Always know when to walk away. This is very important, because you don't want to stay in a situation for a minute longer than you need to. A situation that's going to affect your mental health, a situation that's going to affect your physical health, a situation that's going to affect your emotional health. You absolutely need to be clear. If your goals and purposes are not being met, then why are you still wrestling with the pig in mud? Get out, go and set yourself and your goals and objectives. Leave that person in the mud by themselves, because what you will learn about life is while people are busy planning and plotting against you. And I'm going to say that again. While people are busy planning and plotting against you, because this is what was happening to me. People, this inadequate person and the person they're commemorating were planning and plotting against me, okay? Their plan and their plots have not worked, okay? Because when it is time to walk away, when it was time to walk away, I walked away from that situation. I protected my health, my mental health, my emotional well-being for me to be where I am today. And what really hurts those people is that they were not able to destroy you. So they're going to keep trying new things. They're going to keep trying new things all the time. And you need to be clear about this. If you have to defend yourself, absolutely. I'm not saying to anybody, just let people bully you, let people slander you, and you just stand and take it. No, because that is not okay. Fight it in a strategic way. Fight it in a clever way. Don't get into the mud. Leave the pig in the mud alone. You go and fight something if you need to, if it's absolutely worth your time and energy, in a different way. Leave the people that are plotting and scheming to their plots and schemes. Because what I find is I'm getting on with life in a positive way, and I absolutely believe in karma. You attract what you think of most. If you mostly think of being evil towards other people, then all you're attracting in your life is evil. But if you're thinking about progressing, doing something positive, if you're a grateful person and you live your life in that vibe, then that is what you attract into your life. And I absolutely believe that. So if somebody is plotting, scheming, slandering, and that's all they're doing with their time, which is unfortunately what this person has done. I mean, the amount of energy and time that has gone into this is incredible. And the people that this person claims to love, who have suffered, who've lost out on time with the person that is still alive with us here, because this person is so obsessed with, I must get this right. But I'm sorry to say, like, all of that is not going to bring the person back from the dead. It's not, like, because that is already done. That's the way life works. Focus on the good things that you have in your life now. Focus on just being the best you. It's okay to be inadequate. I've already said this. Focus on doing good things. Focus on attracting good energy into your life, not on attracting bad energy. And so my final note on this is dealing with inadequate people can be very frustrating, especially with those who from time to time you're forced to deal with. Be patient. Remember the old saying, give a man enough rope and he will eventually hang himself. In any event, try to avoid wrestling with pigs because it will get you nowhere. And for me, that is through my processing, because I like to process everything. I don't like to have things on my mind that are keeping me awake at night because it's so not even worth it. I've got so many good things in my life that I have to live for, look forward to, that I'm really excited about. And, you know, I don't like, especially petty things, to keep me awake. So you carry on living your life and leave the people who want to be in the mud by themselves, and continue being positive, continue being grateful, continue learning from the experiences that you have every day, because literally I can learn from every situation in the day. But of course, you know, I've developed a way of doing this a lot quicker now because I'm a lot more in touch with who I am, what I want to achieve, how I can achieve it, the helpful people in my life, the not so helpful people that really you just keep at a distance because they're not going to help you. So I hope to anyone listening that you find this useful. It doesn't matter how awful and terrible the situation in your life is because of these inadequate people who try to put barriers and blockages in your way. It is about you and your mentality and how you deal with it. Watch my other videos. I've made loads of videos on an attitude of gratitude. It's all from The Secret. I love The Secret. Absolutely go and watch that. Get yourself into that vibe. And, you know, thoughts become things. If you attract bad things, you're only going to get bad. If you attract and think about good things, then you will get good in your life. Thank you for tuning in, and if you found this video useful, then hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any new videos that I'm going to be making going forward, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.